It was July 1990. Jeff Bezos was working in the old garage of his parents' house, working on a desk made of a door, and using a second-hand computer. He had just left his job at a Wall Street firm when he got an idea. He was going to start an online bookstore. That was the moment when books were only available for purchase in physical stores, and it was difficult to find the right book you were looking for. And so, Jeff Bezos saw an opportunity to build a website that would allow people to find and buy books easily and efficiently. And this is the story of how Amazon was founded. It's a story of how Bezos followed his dreams, even when everyone else told him he was crazy. It's a story of how he turned a simple idea into a worldwide industry. And it all started on January 12, 1964, when Jeff Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother, Jacqueline Bezos, at the time, was a 17-year-old high school student, and his father, Ted Jorgensen, was a bike shop owner. Bezos was raised in Houston, Texas, and attended Riviera Oaks Elementary School. He later attended Miami Palmetto High School, where he was a National Merit Scholar and excelled in science and mathematics. He also held various jobs when he was in high school. Jeff Bezos' first jobs ranged from being a caddy to working on an oil pipeline. He even spent a summer working at McDonald's. No matter what Bezos was doing, he was always interested in computers and technology. This led him to attend Princeton University, where he studied electrical engineering and computer science. After graduating, Jeff Bezos worked with D.E. Shaw on Wall Street. He was an equity analyst at the firm. He was also the youngest vice president the firm had ever had. But he wasn't there for long though. He quickly realized that he didn't want to spend his life working in an office. So, he started looking for something else to do.
You get a job!
In 1994, Jeff Bezos left his job as a senior vice president at D.E. Shaw, a high-powered Wall Street firm, to work on his startup Amazon.com. His decision to quit his job and pursue his dream was a risky one, but it paid off in a big way. When Jeff Bezos left his job in 1994, the internet was still in its early stages. But Bezos saw the potential for the internet to change the way people buy and sell goods. When Jeff Bezos was trying to decide on a name for his online store, he didn't have any luck coming up with something that he liked. Eventually, he settled on the name Cadabra, which was a play on the word abracadabra. While the name might not be as iconic as some of the other names on this list, it's still interesting to note how it came about. But he soon realized that the name was so strange that his customers would never take it seriously. Then, he registered several different domain names. One of them was Bookmall, but he eventually decided to name it Amazon.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
There are a few reasons why he may have decided on Amazon. First of all, it's a pretty catchy name. It's also short and easy to remember. Additionally, the name Amazon suggests a vast and sprawling online marketplace, which is exactly what Bezos was going for. Amazon was established in 1995. At the time, there were only a handful of other online retailers, and Amazon quickly became a leader in the space. This was a period of massive growth for the internet, and many companies were launched to capitalize on this new technology. Unfortunately, this period was also followed by a massive crash, known as the dot-com bust. Many of the companies that were started during the dot-com boom failed because they were overvalued and not profitable. This led to a loss of investor confidence and a decrease in funding for dot-com companies. And Jeff Bezos also lost 90% of his company's value after the dot-com crash. But he didn't give up. He kept going, and within a year, Amazon had gained 180,000 customers. And by the end of 1996, they were generating $20 million in sales. After that, In 1997, Amazon became a public company, and only a year later, its revenue had reached a whopping $600 million.
Wow.
Amazon has made it easier than ever for people to shop online, and this has led to a surge in sales. In addition, Amazon's flywheel has also played a role in its success. The flywheel is a feedback loop that helps to keep Amazon's business growing. It works like this: Amazon's business grows, which leads to more customers, which leads to more sales, which leads to more growth, and so on. This feedback loop has helped Amazon to become the juggernaut that it is today. And thus, a profitable business model was created. In 1998, Jeff Bezos used the same blueprint to sell not just books, but also computer games and music. He realized that the internet could be used to create a marketplace for all kinds of products, and not just books. And in 1999, Time magazine named him Person of the Year. This was a huge honor, and it cemented Bezos' place as one of the most influential people in the world. Now in the year 2000, Amazon Marketplace was established. Bezos had a vision for the site that included more than just books and games. He wanted to create a platform that would allow businesses of all sizes to sell their products to a global audience. And this was a huge benefit as it created a new stream of revenue for the company. One of the things that Amazon does very well is rapidly expand into new markets and customer segments. This growth brings new challenges, and one of those challenges is data storage. As they added more and more customers and vendors, they began to experience a shortage of data storage. They quickly realized that they needed to find a way to expand their data storage capacity. So they created their own data storage facility, Amazon Web Services, AWS. When AWS first started, there wasn't much competition. Not many companies were doing cloud computing, and AWS was one of the first to get it off the ground. They had a first mover's advantage, and they capitalized on it. This was another area in which there wasn't much competition. Not many businesses were doing this. And this venture was so successful for Amazon that it currently provides 40% of its total profitability. And it's used by some of the biggest companies to store their data like Netflix, Pinterest, Twitch, LinkedIn, and Facebook. In 2007, Jeff Bezos expanded Amazon's reach with the launch of Kindle. Kindle is a small handheld device that allows users to buy, download, and read ebooks. It was originally released with a black and white screen, but later versions came with a color screen. Kindle was a game changer for Amazon because it allowed the company to enter the digital book market. Bezos decided that Kindle would be a device with zero profit, only recovering the costs spent on creation from those who purchased it. He wanted to focus on making money from the sales of digital content, rather than the hardware itself. This was a bet that paid off, as the Kindle quickly became the dominant e-reader on the market, and Amazon's digital sales skyrocketed. But there's an old saying that when things are going well, trouble has to knock. In 2012, Amazon was caught selling dolphin and whale meat. The company had been selling the meat through an Amazon Japan subsidiary. Amazon Japan quickly removed the products from its website after the story broke. The company issued a statement apologizing for the sale of the meat and saying that it was a mistake. Amazon also said that it would strengthen its procedures to ensure that this does not happen again. The company quickly removed the dolphin meat from their website and issued an apology. Despite this mishap, Amazon was able to gain the trust of its customers again. Now, in areas where Amazon couldn't get the first mover advantage, its failures were more obvious. Amazon's foray into the smartphone business is a good example of this. The company had high hopes for its Fire phone, which was released in 2014. But the phone was a flop, and Amazon was forced to take a $170 million write-down on unsold inventory. The phone was discontinued in 2015. But Jeff Bezos is nothing if not a risk-taker. He quickly decided to cut his losses and move on from the mobile phone business. And it's a good thing he did. Now, just take a look at Amazon's quarterly revenue chart from 2005 to 2021. You can see that Bezos has crossed the $100 billion mark multiple times. In fact, in the last few years, his quarterly revenue has been rising exponentially. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused a dramatic increase in online shopping, and Amazon has been one of the biggest beneficiaries. According to a recent report, the e-commerce giant saw a 40% increase in sales in the first quarter of 2020 compared to the same period last year. Because of this, Jeff Bezos became the second richest man in the world. This surge in growth is likely to continue in the coming months, as people continue to stay at home and avoid shopping in physical stores. Amazon is well positioned to capitalize on this trend, and we can expect to see even more growth from the company in the years to come. But did you know that Amazon wasn't profitable for a long time? They didn't start seeing any real profits until 2014. This is because, as a company, Jeff Bezos reinvests a lot of its earnings back into the business. But after 2016 and especially after 2018, Amazon started earning profits. This was due to the growth of their AWS cloud business, which more than offset the costs of their expansion into new areas like food delivery and streaming video. AWS is now responsible for a large majority of Amazon's profits, and it continues to grow at a rapid pace. In the first quarter of 2020, AWS generated $8.9 billion in revenue, up 41% from the previous year. And in 2019, AWS was responsible for $32.6 billion of Amazon's $280.5 billion in total revenue. Now, it's no secret that Amazon is a giant in the e-commerce world. But did you know that they are also giving competition to delivery service companies like UPS and FedEx? That's right, Amazon has been working on their delivery service, and they are already starting to make waves in the industry. Amazon's delivery service is called Amazon Prime Air, and it's currently being tested in select markets. The service promises to deliver packages to customers in 30 minutes or less, using drones. Yes, you heard that correctly, drones. While Amazon Prime Air is still in its early stages, it's clear that the company is serious about taking on the delivery service industry. UPS and FedEx had better watch out, Amazon is coming for their business. You've got here because of the story of Jeff Bezos. Although Jeff Bezos enjoyed many advantages growing up, he also worked very hard to establish Amazon as one of the largest companies in the world. You've heard of the old saying, it's not where you come from, but where you go from there. Well, Jeff Bezos is the king of that quote. It's not just about money for Jeff Bezos, it's about changing people's lives for the better. He always knew that if you focus on your customer, you'll find success, and if you don't give up until you get there, you can be rich beyond your wildest dreams.
Thank you for watching. If you like our video, please like and subscribe to our channel so we can produce more inspiring videos just like this.